Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Wigging Out with Bobby Z, hosted by me, Bobby Z. It's a Wiggy Weavy Wednesday, and it's a tutorial, yay! Except it's not a hair tutorial, so boo. Sorry guys. I just wanted to show you guys how I personally clean my makeup brushes, and I have to wash all of these in this little container here. You guys can see that is pretty much 3/4 of the makeup brushes I own. I own a lot. None of them are really great. Like, I don't have any real MAC brushes. I have a whole bunch of fake MAC brushes. I have a lot of, like, Sephora brand brushes, some art supply brushes. This one's one of my favorites for, like, ooh. This is from an art store. I love this one. It's a Winsor & Newton. I don't know. I use this for face powders. But anyway, you know, I have mostly cheap brushes in here. I don't have anything crazy, crazy expensive yet. Because, like I've said, I just recently started doing the whole makeup thing. So I don't have any amazingly great quality brushes, but I really do like the Sephora brushes, and I really like the Royal Nickel brushes, but that's for a later date. Now, I do wash my drag makeup brushes every time I use them. I know you're probably not supposed to do that. I was doing drag about once a week, but now that the competition's over, it's going to be like once every other week or once a month or something whenever I get time, because it's kind of hard to do a full-time Broadway gig and do drag at the same time. It's kind of hard. I work until 11 o'clock, and then, like, I either have to get ready during the show or before the show and run the show with makeup on, and, like, I only do it if I absolutely have to. And also, I don't want to bug other people out by being in face. You know, it's just kind of weird. You're supposed to wash your brushes about once a week. Since I only do drag once a week, I don't do drag every day. I feel like if my brushes are sitting around, they're just growing bacteria and growing crap in them, so I do wash them every time I use them. So, sorry. So you're going to need your dirty brushes, of course, and you are going to need a towel that you really don't care about. So this is one of my white, like, hair towels. As you can see, I have washed makeup brushes and or my face with this towel many times. It is clean. I did wash it. I use OxyClean and everything. So can you imagine what this would look like if I didn't bleach and OxyClean these things? Gross. It is clean, though. I did just wash it. I just finished doing laundry about 10 minutes ago. So they're clean and a little warm. You're also going to need a microfiber towel like this. I love microfiber towels. You can use them for a lot of things because they do attract dust and lint. Because they do attract dust and lint and stuff like that. You can easily wipe your blinds down, wipe counters down, clean very easily with them. But I also like them because they soak up water so easily. Now, like I said, this is clean. I just washed it. I always wash them in OxyClean, and usually every once in a while I'll throw some bleach in there because I don't want to kill them. But I do wash them with OxyClean, and I wash them on hot water, and I dry them on hot, just to kill anything that's in there. Next, you're going to need a soap of your choice. Now, I like to use Dr. Bronner's Magic Soap, and this is a Castile soap bar, and it's lavender. And it's the all-in-one hemp lavender pure Castile soap made with organic oils. I really like this. I feel that it cleans the brushes very, very well. I like this because it's just kind of compact and easy, and you put it in a little, this one's almost done, hence why I have a new one. This one I've had for a couple months now, so you can see there is makeup brush hair in it. It's all gross, but I like to use the soap in a little soap dish like this, so then that way when you're done, you close it, you can travel, you can throw this in your bag, whatever. But then also keeps it from getting everywhere. You can kind of swirl in the container, and it's very easy. In the past, I've used baby shampoo. I've done antibacterial dish soap. I've done hand soap. I've done regular shampoo. I've done everything. I like the bar soap just because it's easier for me, and I feel like I'm not wasting as much as with a shampoo or a dish soap when you just keep reapplying it to a plate or a bowl or your palm or something like that. I just feel like this works better, but that's just me personally, so feel free to do what you want. You're also going to need a small bowl or container like this. You can use a bowl, a mug, or anything, but since I'm filling this with water, I like to use something clear so I can see where my level's going. You're going to need some makeup wipes, and you're also going to need some baking soda. Now, I use baking soda a lot to wash my wigs with, and I realized one day, hey, if this gets wigs cleaner so much faster, maybe it'll do the same thing with makeup brushes. So I tried it one day, and it worked, and I loved it, and my brushes actually are softer with the baking soda than without it. I don't know why. They just somehow baking soda conditions them, gets them cleaner, softer, whatever. Also, you're gonna need a shirt that you really don't care about. As you can see, I just finished washing all my brushes off, so I have soap and crap all over my front of my shirt. So you don't want to wear something nice that you don't want to. You don't want to wear something nice that you would be worried about getting makeup on or getting ruined. So wear like a slouchy shirt like this, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I like to do is I like to take a makeup wipe, and this pack is brand new, so they're so nice and moist. I use the Nicka K makeup cleansing towelettes. I'll put the little link in the box. I like to take my brushes one by one with the bigger brushes, but with smaller shadow brushes, I do a couple at a time. And this is just to get a little bit of whatever makeup is residual on your brushes off. You don't have to do this step, but I find that if I don't do it, it takes me longer later to clean my brushes. Cleaning with a makeup wipe especially works well on foundation brushes because I've noticed when I've tried to wash them without cleaning them off first, it's really hard to break through all that foundation, and I find that I'm washing them like a bajillion times for them to finally rinse clean. So if I use the makeup wipe, it kind of helps break that coating down, and then I find that the pigment comes right out. I'm going to continue doing this, and I'm going to come right back. Okay, so as you can see, I've moved into my kitchen. I'm next to my sink. So I have my little bin, I have all my dirty brushes, and I have my soap. And I've just put this on top of a towel just so that I don't get my counter soaking wet in this process. And then I can just ball the towel up and put it in the hamper when I'm done. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to take your container, and you want to take your baking soda. Since I have separate baking soda just for washing wigs and makeup brushes, I keep it in a little tub like this just for easy access. This baking soda that's for baking is in the cabinet. So you just want to put a little bit of baking soda in the bottom of your container just like this. And then what I like to do is I just put a little bit of lukewarm water . How I wash my brushes is I dip them in the baking soda water to moisten them, and then I wash them with the soap. So you don't want to have too much water in the bottom of the brush because you don't want to get the shaft part of your brush. You don't want to get the shaft part of your brush wet. You just want to get the bristles wet. So you want to just make sure that there's enough water to get your bristles sufficiently wet, but not too much water to go up into the metal part of your brush because that'll loosen the glue and your brush bristles will fall out really quick. I learned that the hard way and it's not good. Next I take my soap and I just like to get it a little wet. I don't get it soaking wet, but I get some moisture in there so that I can easily bubble up with the soap. Next I just take a brush and I dip it in the baking soda water just like this just to get it damp, and then I take So then I lay it down sideways so that it hangs over my sink, and I continue to go on with my brushes. So you dip into the baking soda water, swirl it around a little bit, get the excess water out, and then you just swirl it and every once in a while I like to flip my soap over just so I can evenly use it up. Sufficiently soapy, put it down. I'm going to move on to a foundation brush. Now, foundation brushes can be tricky because of how oily some foundations can be. So I actually like to do them a few times. I usually will dip them in the baking soda water, swirl them in the soap, and then I like to rinse them. And then I like to do the same thing again. And I just find that that helps break down the oily substances in the foundation if you rinse them and clean them again. Okay, so now that I have all of my brushes nice and soapy, what I like to do is I like to turn my water on lukewarm, and I rinse the brushes flowing down like this. As you can see, I'm just kind of, removing excess soap right now. But I like to rinse the brushes out this way as I swirl them. If you rinse your brushes this way, like I said before, you'll loosen the glue that's in here and your brush will shed and fall apart really quick. So to preserve the life of your brushes, turn it this way and rinse the water flowing over it like this. So once your brush is sufficiently rinsed, you just want to squeeze excess water out. And if you see color or if you see suds coming out, that means that your brush is not rinsed well enough and you need to rinse it yet again. However, as you can see, there are no soapy bubbles and there is no pigment left in this brush, so that means it is rinsed. This brush has been rinsed clean. So you want to take your microfiber towel next, and you want to dry off the handle if you got it wet at all first. And then I like to not necessarily wring out the brush because that's bad for the bristles, but I like to slide the brush through the towel to remove the excess moisture out of it. And then you're also left with the perfect brush shape when you do that. Then I lay my brushes out on a towel near a fan or something just so air can circulate around them, and I let them air dry on the towel for at least 24 hours before I use them again. I do the same thing when I'm drying my brushes as I do when I wash them. I put them up against the edge of a counter or, in this case, the sink, and I let them overhang. Let them overhang while they're, being sudsy, so that if any soap drips out, it drips into the sink. And when they're drying, I let them overhang just so air can circulate around them and they'll dry faster. Sometimes you can't see sometimes when you're wringing them out in your hand like this, you can't see the color or the soap or anything in there, but if you're using a towel, the color will deposit on the towel and you'll know that the brush is not clean enough. So here my brushes are all nice and clean. Obviously, this is not all of them. This is from a different day when I washed my brushes. But as you can see, I have them sitting on a microfiber towel, and I have the ends of the brushes hanging over. Here's another picture showing me after I washed all of my wig prep bands and my makeup puffs. Usually I wash my makeup puffs, my wig caps, and my bands by hand in a little dish or something. But lately I've been just throwing them in a lingerie bag and putting them through the washing machine. And it's just kind of easier, and they get so clean. They look brand new. I love it. I'm obsessed. You're also going to want to wash and rinse out whatever container you had your dirty brushes in, whether it's a bin like this or a cosette or something like that. I use both depending on how many brushes I have and what I'm doing, because I don't like to put my dirty brushes back in with my clean ones. I either wrap them in a towel, put them in a cosette, or put them in a bag or something else so that they don't contaminate my clean brushes. Thank you guys again for watching this tutorial. I would be nothing without you guys out there subscribing and watching my videos, so big mwah, big kisses and thank you and hugs and everything for that, especially for sticking with me while I, took a little break for a while, and so whatever. Thank you guys again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you.